My brother and sister teamed up to ruin my life, so I cut them off and flourished without them. Family drama has always been the norm in my household, but my siblings, Ryan and Kelly, took things to a whole new level. Growing up, I was the quiet middle child, while Ryan, the golden boy, could do no wrong, and Kelly, the baby of the family, was showered with endless attention. My achievements, no matter how significant, were either ignored or overshadowed by theirs. For years, I put up with it, convincing myself that family loyalty meant enduring their behavior. But things came to a head when their antics crossed a line I could no longer ignore. It started shortly after I landed my dream job as a graphic designer at a well-known company. I worked hard for this position, endless nights studying, countless unpaid internships, and endless sacrifices. It was a job I was incredibly proud of, but Ryan and Kelly couldn't stand to see me succeed. They claimed I had changed and became stuck up since getting hired. They made snide comments at family dinners, saying things like, "Oh, look, the fancy artist has finally decided to join us mere mortals." At first, I brushed it off as jealousy, but their passive-aggressive behavior escalated quickly. Ryan convinced our parents to let him borrow my car since he was having temporary financial troubles. He promised to return it in a week, but a month later, it was still nowhere to be found. When I confronted him, he laughed and told me, "What's the big deal? You have a job now, just buy another one." My parents, of course, took his side, insisting that I was being selfish. Meanwhile, Kelly had her own vendetta against me. She spread rumors among my extended family, claiming I had lied about my qualifications to get my job. She even went so far as to tell my boss, yes, my boss, that I had stolen her work to build my portfolio. I only found out when my manager pulled me into a meeting to address some concerns. Thankfully, I had ample proof to discredit her claims, but the damage to my professional reputation was already done. As if that wasn't enough, the final straw came when I discovered that Ryan and Kelly had been plotting behind my back to manipulate our parents into changing their will. The plan was to cut me out entirely and leave everything to them. I stumbled upon this scheme by accident when I overheard Kelly talking about it with Ryan during a family barbecue. They laughed about how I didn't need the money because I had a fancy job. That was the moment I decided enough was enough. I realized I couldn't keep sacrificing my mental health for the sake of a toxic family dynamic. I confronted Ryan and Kelly in front of our parents, laying out all their schemes and lies. Predictably, they denied everything and accused me of being paranoid. My parents, ever the enablers, told me to stop causing drama and be the bigger person. So, I made a choice. I walked away. I cut off all contact with Ryan, Kelly, and even my parents. It wasn't an easy decision, but I knew it was necessary for my well-being. I moved to a new city, focusing on my career and building a life free from their negativity. At first, I felt guilty and lonely. Cutting off your family isn't something society encourages, and I worried I'd made a mistake. But as time passed, I started to thrive. Without their constant belittling and sabotage, I excelled at work, earning a promotion within a year. I made new friends who genuinely supported me and even found a partner who appreciated me for who I was. Meanwhile, Ryan and Kelly's lives started falling apart. Ryan's temporary financial troubles turned into full-blown bankruptcy after he made a series of bad investments. Kelly, who relied on her charm and manipulation to get by, found herself alienated from the family after several of her lies were exposed. My parents, who once defended them at every turn, began to see them for who they truly were. Eventually, my parents reached out to me, apologizing for how they had treated me. They admitted they had been wrong to enable Ryan and Kelly's behavior, but I wasn't ready to forgive them. I told them I needed time and space to heal, and they would have to respect that if they wanted any chance of reconciling. As for Ryan and Kelly, they've tried to contact me several times, but I've ignored every attempt. I have no interest in reopening old wounds or inviting their chaos back into my life. Cutting them off was the best decision I ever made, and I have no regrets. The lesson here? Family loyalty doesn't mean tolerating abuse. Sometimes walking away is the only way to find peace, and in my case, it was the first step toward truly flourishing. So, did I do the right thing to walk away from my family to preserve my own mental health? Let me know in the comments below.